Carol Ann here with Sacred Space School of Yoga and Sacred Space Yoga with Carol Ann. Today's core practice is about building a very strong pelvic floor that will help us as we age. So let's go ahead and get started. Bring your hands into prayer position, chin dipping in toward the chest. I'll open us up with mantra. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahana Punaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavitvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's do 3 Oms together. So nice in breath. Om. Inhale. In breath. Let your eyes open and let's transition onto our backs. Have your legs long on the mat, ankles, feet together, arms reaching overhead. Stretch everything away from the midline of the body. Feel this beautiful stretch all the way through. Next time you exhale, bring your right knee in, shin comes in, and maybe you can tap the nose to the knee. Release, arms over, that deep stretch, arching the spine, feeling everything pull away. And out breath, left shin in to squeeze, and then maybe a nose to knee. 2 more times, just like that. Reach those arms over, really reach everything away. Out breath, right shin in, tap the nose. Stretch again, and then Supta Urdhva. And left side in, squeeze, and tap 1 more time each side. Reaching over in breath, out breath, right shin in, tap. Back over again, nice deep stretch and reach. And left in, tap. Nice last stretch, really stretch and reach. You can interlace your fingers, hands here. You can wiggle a little bit from side to side if that feels good. Just finding some good stretch in the body. When ready to release, just bring your hands down by your sides. Bend the knees, soles of the feet come together, fairly close to the groin. The knees are open. Just hold here for a breath or 2. This will stretch out the pelvic floor, preparing for some more difficult things to come in our practice today. Keeping those feet together and the knees wide. You can place your hands there if that helps. Lift up and squeeze for all you've got. Release that back down. Lift up in breath, squeeze for all you've got. Exhale, release. And 1 more. Lift up and squeeze. And release that down. Beautiful job. Bring those knees together and let them just fall over toward the right. Just a nice little light stretch. Come back into center and go to the second side. Just a little light stretch. Back into center again. Place your hands underneath your hips to support your spine. And extend the legs up in the air with the toes pointing, doing your best to get your ankles and hips in alignment. Inhale, exhale, the right leg lowers and holds above. In breath up, and out breath down. For 3. Now if this is too intense, then you don't have to lower the leg quite as low. You can leave it a little bit higher. You can also bend your knees. And 1 more for 5. Being very mindful with your movements. Second side. Inhale, left leg goes down. We do our best to keep the other leg nice and stable while we move through the postures. Your belly is tucked in, and you're being very safe and listening to your body. Never do anything that hurts in these practices, and always listen to the body's signal. We don't want you hurting yourself. From this position, you can bend those knees, take the hands out, and just bring the knees together, rocking a little bit from side to side. We'll cross at the ankles and come up. Come back onto all fours. Now you'll need a block for this practice, so if you want to pause and get that, go ahead and do that. If it's right handy, that's perfect. We'll use it in our practice. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Curl the fingertips. Notice the suction of the palm to the floor, and also notice how the core is activated whenever we do that. Really letting the body know that we are ready. So hold this in steady position for just a few breaths. Noticing the reaching the shoulders up, the curling the fingers in, and how the belly is tightening. Now, going through 3 cows and cats. So in breath, drop the belly, the booty is high, gaze forward. Out breath, roll the spine up to the sky and dip the chin into the chest. 2 more. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. 1 more. In breath cow. Out breath cat. Come into a neutral position. Extend your left leg back and really stretch. So do these little pulses right here, just stretching into the calf. Come into neutral position, lift that leg, send it out to the left, sole the foot on the floor. Maybe reach the arm up and just stretch out the chest. You can move little movements if you'd like, even make a bind if that feels better. Just reaching up and then bring that hand down. The chest faces the floor. So we're stretching out the inner groin. Now a little challenge for you right away. See if you can just lift that leg straight up and take it back to the back and then bring it in, and we'll do the same thing second side. Right leg extends back, toes to the floor, the little pulses. Bringing that leg up and out to the right. The sole of the foot lands on the floor, and open up, maybe just opening that chest for just a bit of a stretch. Hand comes back down. Just hold still here for a moment, stretching out that inner thigh. Here comes our challenge. Right leg lifts up, take it back, drop to the knee, and just get off your wrist for a minute by resting back into our child's pose. And breathe. Extend those arms long on the mat. Come up onto all fours, curl the toes and lift up into down dog, and just pedal out those legs. Now in your down dog here, you want to make sure you're rolling your biceps in towards your ears. You want to puff out the backside body just a bit to protect your shoulders. Coming into static downward facing dog, heels pressing into or toward the floor, either is perfect. Exhale, look to the front, step up to the front, knees are slightly bent while the legs are straight. Hold on to the elbows and let the crown of the head move toward the floor, just stretching out into our hamstrings. Release, place your hands on your thighs, bend your knees, and come to stand into Tadasana. 6 sun salutations. So just to help you, before we begin, I want to show you some modifications. So don't do it yet. In breath up, out breath down, inhale half lift. The traditional is Chaturanga, which is shifting over, pulling the elbows in, lowering halfway, coming to the tops of the feet and lifting up. There's 1. from that same position, from that half lift, then you can step back. Instead of doing chaturanga, you can do the knees, chest and shin to the floor. Then come up for a cobra, and then back into down dog. Third option. After the half lift, stepping back into your plank, drop to your knees, hold in child's pose, then come up and back into down dog, ready to step back up. Now I offer these options because I don't want you, if you have shoulder injury or if it's too hard to do chaturanga or you don't have the energy, then you have these options, knees, chest, and chin, or the child's pose. You'll still be working the posture, just have some little bit more modification for it. So from our Tadasana, we'll begin our sun salutations, taking one of any of those three. In breath, reach up, gaze up. Out breath, forward fold, bent knees are straight. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, take your option. In breath, chest lifts. Out breath, down dog. Step to the front, ready for the half lift. Inhale, fingertips to the floor or hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms lift, gaze up. Exhale, release. Round two, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Following your choice. In breath up. Out breath back. Step to the front, inhaling half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling up. Exhale down and release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step to the front, in breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Three more. In breath. Out breath, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank to your option. Inhaling, chest up. Exhale, back. Step to the front, in breath. Out breath, fold. In breath, arms lift. Out breath, release. Two more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step to the front, half lift. Out breath, fold. Inhaling up. Exhale and release. One more time. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank to Chaturanga, knees, chest, and shin, or that child's pose. In breath up, Bhujangasana, cobra or up dog. Out breath, down dog. Step to the front, in breath, half lift. Out breath, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and release. Hold and breathe. Soften and settle in. Now our body's very warmed up. Time to take a little bit of time on the floor working on our pelvic floor and our core. So step those feet wide. Drop the hips back into Malasana. Ow. That being said, if you can't quite get that far, then you can put your block on the highest setting and just practice keeping the knees apart. If your hands are at your chest, it helps maintain the strength and the length of the spine while we're in this position. Stretching out the pelvic floor now, feeling very grounded. Just a few more breaths. And release. Just take a sit down. It's a closed trip. Lay down on your back. So this particular one, you stack your knees and your hips and your arms are reaching up. Sometimes we can be coordinatingly challenged, I guess I should say that. And if so, just go with what you got and don't worry. In breath, left leg goes out, right arm goes over. Out breath, bring it back in. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale in. You get the idea? Here's round 2. Tuck that belly. 3. Move with your breath. Tuck your belly. 4. And 5. Bring those knees in, stretch and reach, maybe rocking a little bit on the back. Get your block, place it between the thighs, the skinny part. From that position, bring those knees back up into place and squeeze that block. Place the hands behind the head, tuck the belly in so you're trying to press your spine to the floor. Inhale, exhale, tap those knees, toes to the floor, in and out. Now remember, really tuck that belly in. If this bothers your back, then don't tap all the way to the floor. Suck that belly in the whole time. 5 more. Here's 8. And 1 more. Bring it in, take the block out for just a moment, set it off to the side. We're not done with it, so we'll bring it right back with us and then squeeze it in. We want to make sure that we stretch out and not put tension in our bodies. Roll up. Keep the feet on the floor. Leaning back and take that block and squeeze it in again. So squeeze it between the legs. Bring the hands behind the head. In breath, out breath. You're just going to turn your right elbow toward the side. You're not trying to touch your knee. In breath and left. There's 1. That's 2. We're going for 5. 3. Belly's tucked. 4. And 1 more for 5. Come up, give that a little campfire stretch, really squeezing that in. And as ready, come on your forearms. Bring those knees back up. Your hands can be underneath your buttocks if that helps. And toe tap down. Lift it up and squeeze. For 2. 3, that belly's tucked. 4, you'll feel it in the legs as well. 5, 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Come up, straighten those legs. You can take your block or just leave it there for a moment. Losing my little microphone there. Nice tall stance. Shake out those legs. Beautiful. Take the block, hold it between the hands, laying back down on the floor. Reach it straight up. Now take the right leg, just bring it straight up and straight down. Now the block, just try to keep it steady. This will build a good, strong steadiness to your postures. Here's 4. Trying to keep that perfectly still. And 5. Second side. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Feet are flexed. Hands reach over just to get a good deep stretch. And then bring the hands back up. Set it off to the side. Cross at the ankles and come up to sit. Getting your block again, leaning back as if you're in a bucket seat, holding on to the outsides. We're going to do little infinity circles here. So take it to the left and across to the right. Five. 8. And one more for 10. Beautiful. Don't check your block, just set it off to the side. Come on to all fours and go back into your child's pose. Reach those arms, melt in toward the floor. Relax the arms now. And if you want, you can put your hands back by your ankles if that feels better. Coming back up onto all fours, let's stretch out that core. So walk the hands back for puppy pose. Your booty is high, forehead down, and arms are stretching and reaching. Walk those hands underneath the shoulders. Come up and in down dog. So we're going to do a little vinyasa from this downward facing dog. Right foot comes between the hands. Open up the back foot completely. Use the core and come up into our warrior 2 pose. Now your knee can go as deep as you'd like, but not over the ankle. The back foot is open. The hips are open. The arms are reaching, and they're very active and strong. Hold here and breathe. Inhale, exhale, forearm down, the back arm circles around, and we find our modified side angle pose. I like to gaze under the armpit. If I look up toward my fingers, then that bothers my neck. But if it doesn't bother your neck, look to your fingers. But if it does, you can follow me and look underneath the armpit. Inhaling back up into that warrior 2. Exhale, straighten that front leg, reach out and over, triangle pose. So the hand can be on the shin or the foot or the inside or outside. Whatever we have, we're rolling the chest open toward the sky and the gaze is up. Unless it bothers your neck, then look neutral or down, but open that chest. Bend that bottom knee on the next in breath. Spin up on the back toes. Left hand stays down and right arm reaches for a dragon twist, opening up the second side. Hand comes down to your mat. Step back into plank and either chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps to the front, open the back foot. Rise up, finding our warrior two. Again, go as deep as what feels good in your body and breathe. Body is strong. In breath. Out breath, forearm down, the back arm circles around, and we open into our side angle pose. Remember, you're opening your chest. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, out and over, triangle pose. Again, opening that chest to the sky. Square the hips. Bend that bottom knee, top head comes down, spin on the back toes, and then open up, crescent lunge, opening up, or excuse me, dragon twist. Breathe. Top hand comes down, step back, plank pose, chaturanga, up dog, child's pose, sit back and rest the forehead down. Soften that breath. And come up onto all fours now. We'll start to cool ourselves down. Let's go with the pigeon pose. So the right knee to the right wrist. I like the heel back by the hip, so we're not straining into that front hip. But if that doesn't, you don't feel anything and you need to put your leg out in the 90 degree, that's perfectly fine. Rolling and just centering yourself over that leg. Walk back first. We can get a little bit of height. Stretching out through the back, squaring the hips off. And then as ready, you can walk your hands out and just come into a nice fold. Hold here and breathe. I'll take several breaths here. Coming up, walk your hands under your shoulders. Come up, come back into that nice tall stance. Just give it a bit of a stretch. And release. All fours. And second side. Squaring off. Walking the hands back. Notice the difference between sides. Always, right? Lifting up that chest. And then fold over into your position. Hands under the shoulders, lifting up, stretching back a little bit, shifting, bringing both feet together a little bit farther away from the groin. Clasp the hands, place them underneath the toes, lift up and out, nice deep stretch and reach, and then fold and round everything over. Come back up. Bring those knees together, reclining onto your back. Bring your knees in from Tanasana one more time. Wind release pose. Stretch and reach. Come into a happy baby if that feels good. Knees outside of the shoulders. Wow. I love to break bad and happy baby. So my original training was to keep the pelvic on the floor, which is great. But dang, sometimes it just feels good to lift up and out of that and just rocking a little from side to side and stretching that back out. So I'm going to leave that up to you on what it is that you want to do. Just feel something in this beautiful body that you've been gifted. Release. Bring the right shin in, the left leg long. And then guide over into a supine twist. So guiding that right leg, rolling on the outside of the left. Now, toe on the ground, but keep your knee and your hip in the same alignment. I'm not a fan of the knee coming down because sometimes, and it may not happen today, might not happen tomorrow, but at some point you might tweak your back, your lower back if you do that. So it's just better to keep that nice and level. And in the meantime, that gives the hip a chance to stretch out a little bit. Adds just some good flavor into your practice. Rolling back, give it a little squeeze. And then second side, left knee comes in, bring that in the squeeze. Supine twist, second side. Open up your arm, left arm can reach away. Your gaze can be up, or if you want to, you can gaze at that left arm. Breathe here. Beautiful. Rolling back onto your back. Just release those legs, setting up for your final relaxation. Relaxing the toes, the arches. Relax the feet, the ankles. Relax the shins, the calves, the thighs, front and back, and the buttocks and hips. Relax the fingers, the palms, the wrists, and the forearms. Relax the biceps, triceps, and shoulders. Relax the ribs, the upper and lower areas of the belly. Relax the jaw. Allow the tongue to pull away from the roof of the mouth, resting lightly behind the front teeth. Relax the muscles surrounding the cheeks. Relax the eyes and their sockets. Unfurl the skin between the eyebrows and relax the skin of the forehead. Complete relaxation.